Now back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to good health.
And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And as I said earlier, we are dedicated to bringing you the latest information and research and all the stuff that we do. So we thought, what better way to get you informed but to bring on one of the foremost researcher, expert,
all-around swell guy.
Yeah. Jim LaValle is a nationally recognized clinical pharmacist, author, board-certified clinical nutritionist, and founder of Metabolic Code Enterprises, a web platform and practice solution enterprise launching AIR support and the Metabolic Code Assessment. His book, Your Blood Never Lies, and his bestseller, Cracking the Metabolic Code, are available on Amazon.com. So make sure to check them out at JimLaValle.com or MetabolicCode.com. And make sure you pay attention right now because, Jim, welcome back to Holistic Healthline.
Well, I don't know why I feel so wonderful every time I get on your guys' radio show. It's those introductions, it's like... Feels great. It's great to be back.
Great to have you back.
Yeah.
Right now, let's face it, this monster flu that is out there, everybody is freaking out about it. We're getting calls on a regular basis. What do we do? Oh my God, wringing of the hands. So you're here. We're bringing you on to help calm the nerves of everybody and help give solutions as to what can we do about this.
Other than washing your hands.
Flu.
Well, we're not supposed to wash our hands? My number one thing's gone now. Holy crap.
Well, you can wash your hands, but,
No, it's, you know what? It's really, it's interesting. I just think people are continuing to become more and more under stress, more deficits with sleep, and when you start to do those things on a regular basis, your body's going to get in trouble. And we do have a monster flu. We have an issue that a lot of the flu bugs, at least the patients that I'm seeing, a lot of people are ending up 2 and 3 weeks in. They're getting upper respiratory issues. So the first step is that you got to create a good defense, and you got to create a good defense day in and day out. I mean, a lot of times people want to know, what do I take? Oh my God, I think I got the flu. I'm feeling it. Come on. Work on what you can do, before the flu season hits and during the flu season, because the flu and cold season kind of extends almost year-round nowadays. People are getting bugs. So there's some key things. Washing your hands is kind of important. I mean, and everybody knows that, and people still don't do it. The other one is not enough people wash their sinuses. And I know that sounds weird, but people should really, during cold and flu season, they should irrigate their sinuses, and they can do that. I mean, there's a really good product out there called Clear Nasal Spray. They can use saline if they want, but irrigation really is important. It helps to keep the pathogens from kind of getting in and burrowing their way into our immunity. And then you start getting into what are you doing with the foods you're eating. Super important to realize there's a couple statistics that your immune system will drop its ability to fend something off about 40% on a high sugar meal. So if you're hitting the cookies, you're hitting the cakes, you're hitting even the healthy cookies and the healthy cakes, and you're really going after them, just realize high sugar meals equal lowered immunity. And then the other lifestyle piece that I talked about with sleep, people don't realize if you sleep 5 hours a night, and I just literally talked to a person that was saying, hey, I get about 5 hours a night, 9 times more likely to get a cold or flu. 9 times. That's crazy.
So how much sleep should we be getting?
Really, if you look at it, 7 to 9 hours is where it's ideal. If you look at the data, it really kind of stinks because the data would say 7 to 9 hours is great, 5 hours is horrible, and then the stuff that you really want to learn, what happens between 5 and 7, it's sketchy, right? Because people go, well, I sleep 6 hours. How about 6? What about 6.5? Can I get by with 6 hours and 15 minutes? Because I got things to do, right? But the point being is, in general, and there's been some evidence that would say less than 7, more than 5, you would have a 5 times more likely risk of cold and flu. There's some big basic things people need to do. You got to make sure you got enough vitamin D. You got to make sure you have enough vitamin A on board. Making sure you've got vitamin C on board. These are really key basic nutrients that everybody should be getting in, either through their diet or their diet plus nutrition supplementation. But their lifestyles put them at risk when you don't sleep, and if you're under a lot of stress, and stress makes you want that comfort food. I'm going to eat more starch. I'm going to eat more sugar. Or worse yet, I think I'm doing something healthy by drinking a juice. But a lot of juices have a lot of hidden sugars in them.
Yep.
So those are some key things that sometimes you think you're doing the right thing, but you're just not doing it in the right way. Green drinks can be really helpful for your immunity. But if it's green drinks that says, green drink, but you look at the bottle and it's got 70 grams of sugar in it, and it's a green drink because they put some spinach in it or they put some parsley in it, and the rest of it's like apple juice, grape juice, cranberry juice, it's all sugared fruit juice, well, then you're still affecting your immunity.
Yeah. Well, ideally, like you say, I have seen you can walk into, the local mini mart gas station and find green drinks in the refrigerator there, What really are we looking for with a green drink?
Well, first of all, you want it to be made up of green components. So it's really important that people read the label and see that it's from vegetables. And here's the thing. It gets kind of hard to understand product quality, right? Because you don't know, where those greens came from. And so what I really like, and I'm a huge fan of, I know we're fans of Kyolic garlic. 700-plus studies, lots of publications. But what a lot of people don't know is Wakunaga, who's the makers of Kyolic, actually have been in the green drink market about 40 years. And so that doesn't make them a newcomer to green drinks. They know what they're doing. They're powderized. And I think that's important because it's really mobile. And I encourage people, if you're not going to eat vegetables during cold and flu season, you got to throw a packet or a scoop or a packet of Kyolic greens, put it into your smoothie in the morning, put it into your bottle of water instead of getting a coffee at lunch. Do the energy blend. Get a little hit off that wheatgrass and the chlorella. It'll actually give you a boost that's healthy. And then it's interesting. Once again, we're used to research. They did research at Loma Linda University, which is kind of one of the top nutrition research institutes in our country. And they found that using Kyolic greens actually influenced immunity in a positive way. People had a more resilient immune system. And I think that's important that you've got evidence. You've got a product that's, what's called GMP, so it's made in a good manufacturing practice facility. It's, vegan friendly for people that are, worried about the issues around, hey, is this product vegan friendly or vegetarian? Non-GMO. I think all these are big points if you're looking for a green product. And that's what I really like about Kyolic greens. They got different blends, but I just tell people, look, pick one of them. And especially cold and flu season, you got to drink them.
And what's especially here on the East Coast, I think things like wheatgrass, a lot of people here are not as familiar with. We know, green foods, broccoli, spinach, okay. You start getting into wheatgrass, and people are going, okay, what's wheatgrass?
Can I just go out and eat my grass? No, wheatgrass is really, it's a phenomenal superfood because it really does help energize your system. So when you look at the green drinks, especially the one from Kyolic, barley grass, wheatgrass, chlorella, all really just great immune supportive compounds. But then it also has things like astragalus in it and olive leaf in it and spirulina in it, elderberry. These are all really great immune supportive nutrients. And the point is that even from a day in and day out basis, like the neat thing about chlorella, for example, chlorella donates a lot of glutathione into your body. And why do you need glutathione? It helps to detoxify. And so it's a good daily habit. So, wheatgrass is a food, and when it's powderized and the way they make it, it preserves the nutrients in the wheatgrass. Because, wheatgrass, if you did it fresh and you see people grind it and take a shot of it, if it just sits around, it's not like you're going to have it sit around done in your fridge for a couple days.
Yeah.
It starts to lose its ability to provide the nutrients that you're looking for. So having it in a powderized form and something that can easily dissolve and taste good, that's a big challenge. Because if you guys have tried green drinks, I'm sure you have. I know I have.
Yep.
Sometimes they go, oh, they did make this from the grass in the front yard, right? It's got that very grassy taste. It's important that you can, enjoy it. It tastes good, and you feel a difference. And once again, during immune season, which, look, guys, people need to start supporting their immune system in September.
Right.
I mean, if you're really trying to fight off cold and flu season, you got to really act on it in September. And so, the other thing is that when you add something, the other piece to the green drink is, Formula 103 from Kyolic is a phenomenal immune support product.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, want to very specifically talk about the Kyolic 103 because I think it's an awesome formula. We're going to take a quick break. Again, you're listening to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health, and our special guest, Jim LaValle, will be back in a moment.
Now back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to good health.
And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And our special guest again is Jim LaValle. He's a nationally recognized clinical pharmacist, author, board-certified clinical nutritionist, and founder of the Metabolic Code
And a snappy
Enterprises.
dresser.
And very handsome, too. We'll throw that in there, too. And Jim,
Stop.
I actually just wrote a blog about this monster flu and some of the things that you can do for it. And one of the combination formulas that I feature in my article is the Kyolic 103 formula because I think it's awesome. Can you explain to people why it's so awesome?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, Kyolic's 103 is awesome because, first of all, it starts with aged garlic. So, once again, because when you look at the studies, when you take Kyolic aged garlic, it gets into your intestine, where, 70-80% of your immune system is, and it stimulates something called gamma delta cells. And gamma delta cells are immune cells that help you fight colds and flus. And they actually took people in very stressful situations, meaning college students, in the winter months, gave them Kyolic aged garlic extract, and what they found was that they got colds and flus less frequently, it wasn't severe, and it didn't last as long. So that's great. So it starts with Kyolic, which is super important, and then it has a lot of other complementary ingredients that are important. So astragalus, oregano, olive leaf, and it's not just, regular old olive leaf, it's an 18% standardized extraction of olive leaf, which is a very high quality olive leaf extract. So it's concentrated, and olive leaf has great antiviral properties. It's fantastic, and it's got some vitamin C in it too. I like it, and I tell people, and I don't know what you guys do, but I tell people, hey, if you are doing this for prevention during cold and flu season, do a couple, do 2 twice a day. If you feel the first sign of a bug coming on, bump it up. Do 2-3 times a day for the first couple days while you're drinking a green drink, while you're getting some extra vitamin C on board. And I think it's incredibly effective. I mean, it's got, everybody knows the value of mushrooms at this point for the immune system. So it's got a great combination. I think it's shiitake, maitake, reishi, agaricus, and I think there's one more. There might be pariah, I think, is the other one. But the thing about it is that these mushroom complexes stimulate your immune system as well. So you've got a really great combination product with meaningful amounts of the ingredients in the combination that really, I think, is targeted really well for cold and flu season.
I also like the fact that it has the oregano oil in it, which is a little, I think oregano is a little more known for the antibacterial effects, but a lot of these viral infections, these flu virus, often lead into bacterial, like bacterial pneumonia. And so you're kind of covering all your bases, flu, virus, as well as bacterial infections.
That's a great point. And in fact, I think we're seeing that more this year than typical. Like I can't tell you how many times I've had people come in our office and say, "Hey, could you listen to my lungs?" And I mean, we just had a lady in, and my nurse practitioner came in and said, "She doesn't have any sounds out of her upper left quadrant." So, this is trouble. So the point being is, I think you're so right that what you really have to plan for virus plus bacteria. And you've got to have a great defense, and that's why I like it. And I think great point that the oregano does help on that back end bacteria side, and then astragalus too. For what's really interesting about astragalus is its post flu effect, because it really helps to get the immune system back on board. Because that's what people struggled with this year. They were out 2 and 3 weeks. At a time with this bug, it would come back. And I think if you can, have a good defense, stimulate your immune system to come back to operation, you're in a good shot at getting over it. And better yet, get on this before you do, so you don't get it.
Do you feel it's something that could be utilized with children as well? Sometimes we'll suggest with certain supplements, open up the capsule, mix it with a little bit of, beverage or something to get it into the kids if they can't swallow the capsules. Do you feel like it's something that they could utilize?
Well, it's perfect for that. I mean, when you think of the dosing and the type of nutrients, there's no reason why a child couldn't take Formula 103. I mean, it's absolutely, and in fact, I mean, my son, when he was very young, he was taking Magicare, which is from Wakunaga, and taking aged garlic from Wakunaga, doing just that, opening up the capsules, stir it in, take it down, worked out great. And oh, by the way, it would be great if we could get kids, and it's really hard, you got to mask it, but getting them to do some green drinks, because most of the time, kids just aren't getting any vegetables, and it's hard to mount a good defense if you're not getting the green food in, because green foods alkalinize your body. When you alkalinize your body, you have a better defense. When you're acidic, which comes from not eating green foods and not getting enough minerals, you have more oxidative stress, and that stresses your immune system more.
And I find today, adults as well as children, they tend to eat like 2 vegetables, carrots and peas, or
corn. Don't forget corn.
Green beans, but it's like they don't eat a wide range, and they don't eat a lot of it.
For the medley in the frozen section.
So this is where the Harvest Blend is. You're getting all these various nutrients, as well as, again, the antioxidants from the berries that they have included in it. So it's an all-around proportioned and inclusive drink, I think, as far as green drinks go. Oh,
Harvest Blend, when you think about it, and the other thing is all the ingredients are organic. So if you look at the label, because I just pulled it up, organic broccoli sprouts, organic tomato, organic carrot, organic spinach, organic kale, I could read on and on. It's all organic, and I think it's important today. I know you guys believe that too. And the other thing is, you're right, only 12% of Americans right now even get 5 servings of vegetables and fruit a day, and a lot of them are just that. They go to the frozen section and they buy the peas, carrots, and corn medley, and that's their 1 serving for the day. They're not getting the other rich greens or the different, leafy foods that they need, in addition to things like the berries, which are fantastic in terms of their antioxidant capacity. But it's a fact. I mean, people aren't eating enough vegetables or fruits. And I tell people now, I've stopped trying to convince people. I mean, obviously in our practice, our dietitians sit down in a clinical, setting and do it. I told them, look, if you got to get them one way or the other, unless you want to get sick. If you're not going to eat them, drink them. And if you're going to drink them, get them from a rich source like the Kyolic greens. The Harvest blend is great. The Sprouts. They have an energy blend. They have several formulas that are really interesting. Use those because one way or the other you can't escape. A plant-based diet, getting more plants into your daily routine is going to make you feel better and really reduce your risk of getting sick as you're aging.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, we want to thank you so much. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, and I just want to let people know that if they want more information about the products that we talked today, the Harvest Blend, the Kyolic Harvest Blend, as well as the Kyolic Aged Garlic Extract Immune Formula 103, just go to Kyolic.com, or you can give them a call at 1-800-421-2998. And if you didn't get a chance to write that down, call the Tree of Life Wellness Center. We'll have that information for you. Again, thanks so much for joining us.
As always, it was fun, Jim.
We love you.
Oh, it's great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And, again, that number is 1-800-421-2998, and that will reach Kyolic, which is KYOLIC.com. Okay, and again, great products.
If you've never taken a green food, get this Kyolic green. I like the Harvest blend, but any of the formulas are great. Try it for a month. Because you will feel different. You will feel different and better.
Pure nutrition.
Guaranteed.
Went by fast. Yeah. I want to thank everybody who called in and tuned in today.
Yeah. We, again, can't do it without you. So make sure you're here with us every week. Got to thank all our producers up and down the East Coast, especially Heather here at home, who did an outstanding job.
Don't forget to go to my blog, Jane's blog on Holistic Healthline.
You got a blog?
On HolisticHealthline.com. Go to Jane's blog. Check out what you can do for the monster flu.
Thanks for tuning in. And yes, we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.